Now, in exclusive information accessed by India Today, the CBI has taken the help of the Intelligence Bureau to investigate this complicated murder case. When the CBI started investigating the Sheena Bora murder case, they suspected everybody. Therefore, they had to seek help from the Intelligence Bureau to track all the movements of family members of Indrani Mukerji and Peter Mukerji's family. IB has provided the travel details of all of the main suspects in this case, which include Indrani, Peter, Rahul and even Vidhi to the CBI. These travel details now are from the year 2011 to August 2015. Vidya joins us for more on this from Mumbai. Vidya, the fact that this is a complicated case that has left the nation transfixed is known to everybody. But why did the CBI seek help from the Intelligence Bureau?
IB does track, movement of quite a few people across the country. In fact, if you look at this entire pages that have been attached in the charge sheet itself, it talks about all the travel details of how between 2011 and 2015, Indrani herself, Peter, and in fact both their children, Vidhi as well as Rahul, how they had been traveling across from Mumbai to other places in and around the country and abroad as well, and all that has been tracked by IB, and basically CBI really wanted to know as to where all they had been traveling, and it had to match all of it, their travel documents, with what they were claiming. And that's one of the reasons, since obviously probably they thought that these people probably might not be able to tell them the entire truth, and that's the reason why they needed an independent agency to look into it. And IB did provide them with a whole lot of details on travel of all these four people who were under suspicion by CBI in the beginning itself.
Absolutely, and it's very interesting. I was just thinking, Vidya, in comparison to when this investigations was under the Mumbai police and under Rakesh Maria, the former Mumbai commissioner, everybody now has been under the scanner. The CBI has been looking at everybody with suspicion, and nobody really has been, away from the scanner of suspicion, which was contrary to what we saw in the earlier part of the investigations, when the focus was really on Indrani Mukerji, her driver, and Sanjeev Khanna.
True. In fact, these people were the only ones who had arrested. But according to what CBI had suspected, in fact, what Mumbai police had also suspected was that the entire proceeds. Say, for example, the will made by Indrani Mukerji, the last will which it talks about, it very clearly says that the entire will is hands over the entire property to Vidhi. If that was the case, then probably whether Vidhi herself had any interest in seeing to it that Sheena was no more, and that's one of the reasons why they also suspected Vidhi, who is almost who is a minor right now. They also suspected her. Apart from that, Rahul, since in the last 3 years, he even though he had been asking his parents, but he never really came about to registering a missing complaint about his own fiancée. There were many questions that CBI officials had in their mind, and that's probably the reason why they had all these people under their scanner while they were investigating this case.
Well, hopefully they're able to unravel the truth and get to the bottom of this case by the 26th of November. Vidya, for now, thank you so much for joining us. After securing custody of former media baron Peter Mukerji for 3 more days, a CBI team has now brought Peter to the national capital, Delhi. Now, the CBI are expected to perform a psychoanalysis test on Peter Mukerji since they were unable to really extract much from him. He has been, accused of being very inconsistent while giving statements to the probe agency. So they want to run this test on him also because it doesn't really require any court permission. Sources have told India Today that the financial angle that possibly led to the murder of Sheena Bora will take center stage now. In the remand copy accessed by India Today, the CBI has argued that Peter and Indrani Mukerji made some investments in the form of fixed deposits and also some immovable properties in the United Kingdom. However, the CBI said that the Peter has not disclosed where he got the money from, acquiring those assets. The CBI will also look into allegations of some property in Delhi as well that was under Sheena Bora's name but was sold off by her mother Indrani Mukerji. The CBI also claims that Peter has been withholding facts and evidence from investigators. They contend that Peter was party to the murder plot and also part of all the murky financial dealings that the CBI is suspecting. Peter Mukerji there now under the cloud of suspicion by the CBI. That's because several phone calls were made between Peter and Indrani, and interestingly, those phone calls happened on the day of Sheena Bora's murder. And remember, Peter Mukerji at that time was abroad, he was overseas, he was not in India when the murder was committed. So one wonders, why were those phone calls taking place when he was abroad, and what really was communicated between him and his wife Indrani Mukerji, because the duration of those phone calls lasted 20 to 25 minutes, and that was long enough to raise suspicion among the CBI. Peter Mukerji then went to Goa with Indrani on April 28th. Several attempts, it's believed, was made to hack Sheena Bora's email, and those attempts were made from Goa itself. In fact, he even apparently left for the United States in May, and that's the time when he talked to his son. He spoke to Rahul Mukerji and he told him that he had already spoken to Sheena Bora and that she was absolutely fine and that there was nothing to worry about. Meanwhile, in an interesting revelation, Sheena Bora reportedly had plans to apply to university in the United Kingdom. According to reports, Sheena Bora had applied to the United Kingdom universities in the year 2012. 5 days before she was allegedly murdered, she even emailed her mother, Indrani Mukerji, about her plans to apply for a course that began from January 2013. Investigators now are thinking that Indrani seized this opportunity to, frame a lie about Sheena going abroad, telling everybody that Sheena has gone to the United States. She also allegedly wrote to Peter Mukerji and herself through Sheena's fake email ID to create that impression that Sheena was alive and that she's in constant touch with her. She plans to go abroad to study and that Sheena is fine and safe.
Ni sa ga ma 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 ni pa ma ga ni pa ma ga sa ni pa ma ni sa pa sa. जहाँ तक याद आती रहेगी